This has been a disaster of a start. Hello there, welcome to Worms and Warriors. If you're new here, then this is a channel where we play strategy games mostly. I've already played a couple of campaigns of Crusader Kings 3, and I'm going to start with a new campaign of Crusader Kings 3 here, just for the fun of it. If you're usually here for the Grand Tactician content, then don't worry, because that'll still be carrying on as well. So before we get started here, we're starting in 1066. We're going to start as Duke Morcar from Northumbria, for a couple of reasons. One, I think he's a really interesting historical character. Two, he's from where I'm from. I'm from the northeast of England. I mean, his headquarters are a bit further south than me. He's at Effervik or York. I'm more from around the Durham area, but I grew up near Newcastle. So anyway, and Germany. I've been all over the place. But anyway, that's who we're playing as. We're going to play as Duke Morcar, Alfgusson of Northumbria. We're age 20. I haven't done anything with his stats. This is what he's starting with. There's no mods in play other than portrait flavor mod. Other than that, we've got just the vanilla gameplay basically, and that's how I'm going to keep it. That's fine by me. So it's got no mods. We're playing Iron Man. So I can't cheat. But anyway, so the aim of the game is going to be just to see how we do, basically. It's going to be a difficult start. We start at war, of course. Obviously, 1066 is a significant year in history. As I'm sure most of you guys are aware, we've got the Battle of Hastings coming and so on and so forth. At the moment, there's turmoil in England and Europe, really, in Northern Europe. William of Normandy is who we're at war with. So let's just see if we can find him here. Duke William II Stuart. Well, I'm trying to find Duke William. There he is. Duke William. It's a while since I've played this game, so do forgive me. Right. So, William II, the bastard of Normandy, he's 39. He's illegitimate. Obviously, most people know the story and are familiar with William the Conqueror as he became known. You don't need me to tell you that he was a formidable foe. So, the Kingdom of England at this point is ruled by Anglo-Saxons. Harald Godwinson is on the throne. There is dispute over his right to the throne. I mean, there's all sorts of historical context to this. But basically, William of Normandy says he's got a claim on the throne and he's going to press that through warfare. So he's raised his armies and he is going to invade southern England. Harald has called his forces up and he's going to try and fight them off. To make matters worse though, Hardrada, the Norwegian king, you can see Norway also holds lands in northern Scotland here. He also fancies being king of England, so he's going to invade in the north. So a brief little historical context as to what happened here. So William the Conqueror marshalled his men on the northern coast here. Harald Hardrada landed in the north at the mouth of the Humber and pressed on York. In the north, the defences were kind of led by Morcar and his brother Edwin. So Morcar and Edwin raised an army and they fought a slightly foolish battle against Hardrada just outside of York at a place called Fulford, where they were defeated. And in the meantime, Harald was force marching his men north to fight off the Vikings, the Norsemen, the Norwegians, which they did at Stamford Bridge. He then had a bit of rest and then powered back down south to face the army of William the Conqueror, who had crossed the Channel by this point, and he fought them at Hastings and obviously ended up losing the battle, and England ceased being Saxon and became Norman and developed into what we know today. That's a very brief and basic overview of what happened, or near enough anyway. So the aim of this game is going to be see if we can hold on to power. Can we hold on to Northumbria? Can we hold on to England and keep it Anglo-Saxon? I really don't know. I'm not 100% sure what direction the game's going to take. I don't really know what the long-term plans are. I just fancied playing something different. I've been playing Grand Tactician for a long time on this channel, and I just fancied doing something a little bit different, and I thought this would be a nice little playthrough. So Duke Morcar Alfgusson of Northumbria is going to be our character, and we're going to see what we can do with him. So once again, if you are here for Grand Tactician content usually, then don't worry, I will definitely carry on Grand Tactician. It's especially the latest campaign. I'm having a lot of fun with that. But let's get ourselves stuck into this game for now. So if you are new to this channel, then I do like to have audience involvement. So if you've got ideas on what we should do, where we should go, I'm more than happy to listen to those. And I mean, if it sounds like something that would be interesting to do, I'm also happy to do that in-game. However, I'm not looking to change religion. I'm not really looking to do any of that kind of stuff. Not yet, anyway. Certainly not with this first character. So let's have a look at our guy, anyway, before we get started. Well, actually, let's get started and have a look at our guy. What can we do here? We can nominate a successor because we have elective succession in England at this point. We are up here, obviously. We're fairly high in the court. Quite important. This is our brother. You know, we've got good relations with our brother, obviously 71. Although he does want the Earldom of Westmoreland, which we don't want to give him, obviously. We're both ambitious. He's our friend. He's our brother. You know, I mean, hopefully we'll be okay. In terms of nominating successor, I don't think we're going to do that just yet. We'll just leave it for now. Lifestyle, I'm going to go with martial because I suspect we're going to be doing a lot of fighting. And if we have a look at our skill set, I mean, it's fairly limited. 9 diplomacy is okay. 16 martial is not bad, actually. 5 stewardship is poor. Intrigue 6 and learning 6. So we're not exactly the most cunning of people. We're not going to be Lord Varys or anything like that, you know, from Game of Thrones. Stewardship, pretty poor, to be honest. But it's something we can work at if we manage to survive this war. For all I know, we might get wiped out here in the first couple of episodes. So who knows? Let's go with martial anyway. And I'm going to go with the strategy focus. We're starting off with Stalwart Leader, which gives us +4 prowess. We'll have a little look through the prowess in a moment. And all the other stats. So our dread is 0. We've got 136 gold in the bank. 750 prestige, 150 piety. And we do command a fair-sized army, actually, at 2,200 men, but a pretty poor army. 1,807 levies, 7 knights, 200 huscarls, which is heavy infantry, 200 light footmen, and 10 mangonels, which is like siege equipment. Let's have a look at our perks here. What we've got, we're brave, ambitious, and arbitrary. So it's a fair mix of things here. What else we got? We're a skilled tactician, and we're a novice hunter. So he's a pretty good military kind of character, this guy, actually. Morcar is pretty good. We haven't got a wife. We'll see if we can find somebody. Current situation, what we've got here. We're not endorsed by the bishop. We'll sort that out. We can declare war on King Malcolm III of Scotland, but we won't do that just yet. We can negotiate an alliance with our brother Edwin. I think we should do that. Yeah, let's do that straight away. We can hire a court physician. We'll have a look at that in a moment. We're in line to inherit 5 counties or earldoms. But, you know, that's because our brother also hasn't got any children and he isn't married. So, we're all alone in the world, basically. And we've got some more titles we're due to inherit here as well. Duchy of Mercia, Lancaster, Lancashire, Derby, Leicestershire, Nottinghamshire. So, there's quite a lot of stuff going on. We'll have a quick look at our realm. So, it's nothing much happening. We've got autonomous vassals. We could pass limited crown authority. I'm not going to do that just yet. I want to get these wars out of the way first. Our vassals, so we've got Earl Ossulf. He's the kind of Warden of Bernicia, or whatever you want to call him, Earl of Bernicia, which is the very northern kingdom here. He also controls Westmoreland. The Prince Bishop Ethelwyn of Dunham. If I butcher any of these Anglo-Saxon names, I do apologise. I'm not an expert. Reeve Thorstyle. Tursitel? I don't know. Reeve Tursitel of Scarborough. He's a knight in our army. He doesn't like us that much. He's on -4 with that guy. Reeve Osmond of Bridlington. He's a powerful vassal in our realm, but he likes us quite a bit. Reeve Egfrith of Doncaster. -4. It's not too bad. Thane Oswald of Bolton. Reeve Edric. Why do I keep saying Reeve? Reeve Edric. Reeve Elfwyn of Grimsby. And that's all our guys. I mean, but we're all right, actually. Succession. We've got partition because that's the law here. Can't really change it to anything either. Certainly not at the moment. Male preference. So it's historical, really. Let's have a look at our council. So we haven't got a spouse. Obviously, we'll find a wife. Our bishop does not endorse us. We're on -7. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to actually set a sway scheme away to sway him to make sure he supports us, which is always handy. So the bishop, Balter. So let's have a look at the Chancellor. 0 skill. Like, that's no good at all. Reeve Osmond. Now, he is a powerful noble. He's actually a pretty good knight as well. He's got 14 prowess. That's not bad. But, I mean, that is just unacceptable. So he's going to have to get out of there. We're going to have to get rid of him. We've got someone better. Let's have a look. Who do we have? Doesn't look like we've got a lot of people. Niall Bird. 5. No, I'm looking at that. 17. Yeah, he's the one. He's not a powerful noble. He doesn't really like us that much. Where's he from? He's Irish. Well, I'm going to give him this position. I mean, it's going to piss him off, but, you know, let's do it. So he doesn't like us very much because we've got a short reign and our cultural acceptance is -29. That's because he's Irish and we're obviously Saxon. But that improves our diplomacy substantially. 17 is excellent, whereas 0 is obviously pretty bad. 12 for stewardship for Earl Ossulf. I'm happy to keep him in there on that. Reeve Turcital, I'm not sure. 16, obviously that's good. And our spy master is this guy here, Prince Bishop Ethelwyn. And that's fine. 12's not bad. We'll keep these guys exactly as they are. So, can we find a decent spouse? Someone who's going to get us something interesting. Well, she looks alright, actually. Dennis Firch Bladin. I think Firch is that daughter of Bladin. So, daughter of the king, maybe. Or the Prince of Gwynedd. Well, she looks okay, actually. Lazy, well, temperate, fickle, an intricate web weaver. A reasonable skill stat, and she's only 17, so, I mean, that's not bad. Not bad at all. We are 20. And it would get us an alliance with Gwynedd, which, yeah, it's not too bad. They've got 1,700 men available. I mean, I don't know how good that's going to be overall, but she looks pretty promising. Let's go ahead. We'll do that. We'll go with her. Daughter of Prince Bledin. Bledin? I'm not sure how you say that in like Welsh. I really don't know. But anyway, that's good. It will give us 300 prestige. Gives her 100 as well. It gives us a 17-year-old wife, which is pretty good. It gives us plenty of time to father some children there. If we don't get killed in this war. So we've done that. Nominate a successor. I'm not sure. I think maybe I want to nominate myself. Yeah, I'm going to nominate myself. We'll be the best king, I'm sure of it. So that's kind of the initial little bits and pieces taken care of here. The question is, do we join our liege directly and join this war? I mean, our lands are going to be ravaged by the Norwegians, basically, and we haven't got enough men to stop them. But we could help our liege if he sends an army north. So I think we'll join this war. The numbers are fairly even, and if we join and can manage to stay out of trouble until Harald sends an army north, we should be able to defeat them, and then we can help him to fight the Normans in the south. Possibly. I don't know if it's going to work out that way, but it might. It might indeed. So it could be worth a try. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to speak to our liege here. Plus, obviously, it'll mean he likes us a bit more as well, because mine's 19, and I would like it. He's actually our brother-in-law. I would like it if we could keep England Anglo-Saxon. That would be quite interesting, don't you think? I would also like it if these names were more Anglo-Saxonized. So, like, Winchester should be Wintoncaster. London's alright, I suppose. But I wonder why some of them have retained that and some haven't. Like Reading, I don't think that was called that, was it? It was like Readingham or something like that. Not that I'm an expert at these place names or anything like that at all. Not at all. But I'm sure it wasn't Reading and Oxford. They had different names back then. But anyway, let's go ahead and do this. Let's offer to join war. Oh, we can actually request a claim. I've never seen that before. It's been a long time since I played this game. It is a fun game to play, but let's join him. We're going to join the Norwegian invasion of England. Well, join the defense against that. I'm going to offer to join that war. It could be a mistake. Like I say, this could be a really short playthrough. And if it is, maybe I'll do a different one. Let's get started here. I'm just going to play a little bit. We're not doing lots in this first episode. It's just going to be like a kind of getting to know the place and getting to know the characters. So the key players at the moment are obviously ourselves, Morcar. Yeah, and nice. We've just been married here. So our wife, Dennis. Do you say Dennis? I would read it as Dennis. And we've gotten ourselves our ally here, our brother, Duke Edwin. So we're allied with him. Good. Duke Edwin, another major player. And obviously the king here, Harald Godwinson. Our brother-in-law. And our sister he's married to. My marriage to Duchess Dennis... It can't be Dennis. Denis, maybe? Well, we'll say Dennis, I suppose. With my marriage to Duchess Dennis, the realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during a time of jubilation. Of course I will collect it. Who pays for their own wedding? I let my subjects enjoy the festivities without a worry or care. I think I would rather have the gold. Thank you very much. We're going to get 80 bucks for that. And are we now at war with this? I can't remember if this has already come up. Yes, we are already here, so we're there. And he still doesn't really like us that much. I thought that would maybe improve. You've joined... Oh, well, there it is. Of course, I must have missed that. You've joined the Norwegian invasion of England. So the question is now, what do we do? We've raised some money here, so our extra 80 gold. That's great. Why don't we... I'm not going to hire any mercenaries, so I clicked the wrong thing there. I want to have a look at our knights. Oof. Osmond really doesn't like us after we fired him from the council. Minus 58. But he is our best knight. Actually, this is another thing I had in here, the knight manager. So you can select who to immediately not allow to be knights. So, like, for example, if you don't want your heir to be a knight, then obviously you would discount that because we don't want him getting killed in combat. But other than that, I'm not bothered really. So who we got here? Reeve Osmond with 14 skill. Thane Oswald with 11. Reeve Edric with 10. I hate this guy's name. Tursitel of Scarborough with 9. A couple of guys with 8 as well. Yeah, when we've only got seven knights anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got a handful of spares here who are pretty pants, to be honest. But that's all right. So I guess we'll raise the armies. And the good news is we still have plus 0.3, but that's likely to change as we lose some lands. So our army is raised here, 2,296 men. I guess it does say 2,303. Maybe we're still waiting on a couple to join us, but I don't think so. But realistically, are those 7 men going to make any difference? Probably not. So they've raised their armies here as well. And he's got some mercenaries there, the Band of Horsa. First Army of London and the Second Army of London. Our army is just up here. The First Army of Effervik. Led by ourselves, of course. And we've got a 25 commander rating, which is nice. Oh, someone else joined this war. Petty King Gudrod. From the northwest of Scotland. Yeah, that could be a problem. He's got 962 men available. I don't think that's going to sway things too much. Well, it's fairly close, to be honest. 8,700 men for us. 7,600 for the Norwegians. So that is pretty damn close. And what about this other war he's got going on with the Normans? They get outnumbered. They've got 7,800 men. So what we'd like to see happen is for Harald to send his army north, and we need to defeat these guys up here first, and then we'll head down south and hopefully be able to defeat the Norman invasion as well. We're fourth in line to inherit England. We've got the powerful vassal demands a position, but he's the guy with fired, which I would like to give him one, but I don't think he's not worthy of one. He's no better than any of these other guys in anything else, so he can just sit on the sidelines. He's one of our knights. He can just pull his finger out of there. And we're also the marshal for our king, actually. Our brother is the chancellor. That's quite interesting. All right, so we're going to let time pass on a little bit. Let's speed things up slightly. I'm going to keep it relatively slow. There is that army from the northwest of Scotland. Do we want to tangle with those guys? I think maybe we do. New law. Your liege passed the new law. Limited crown authority. Okay. If we can hit these guys... Oh, there's their allies. So there's the Norwegian force. 2,200 men. I'm presuming they're going to come in 2 or 3 different armies. Oh, now that would be bad news. That would be really bad news. King Sven II might join the Norwegian invasion of England as an enemy. That is really bad news. Because they've got some manpower over there in Denmark. 4,000 men. That would be the end of this, I would think. Yeah, we're never going to catch them. Strategical impasse. I'm sitting around the map table with Earl Ossoff and Reeve. That's always him. Tursitel. Discussing our strategy for the ongoing war, Ozulf bangs his fist on the table and loudly proclaims we should charge the enemy directly and crush them with the sheer might of our armies, while Tursatel sits back and patiently advocates for us to secure critical locations and wait for the enemy to come to us instead. It is my right to decide our ultimate course of action. I know we can employ both strategies, so we can do that because of our high strategy skill. And I guess that's going to be the best one to do. So we gain improved offense and improved defense, and so do Idolfsson and Tursatil. Let's pull back towards the south a little. I don't really want to be exposed up here all by ourselves. He's got his armies up here. It's left us completely open in the south, of course. I don't think we can draw allies into this fight because we aren't... we aren't the leader of the war, if you know what I mean. So we can't do that. I suspect this might have been a mistake to join this war. We should have maybe just let it play out and see what happens. But then, I mean, it's not going to put us in a very good position, realistically, if Harald loses. Historically, Morcar didn't last all that long after William took over in England. He led a rebellion in the north, fled away, and then the last we hear of him was he had been released on William the Conqueror's death from the dungeons, but that's the last time we ever hear of him, or at least William ordered his release, but then, like I say, he's never heard from again, so it's presumed he's killed by Rufus, who takes over from William the Conqueror. Okay, so we haven't really seen anything happening here. No invasion has come down. We're at the 7th of February, 1067. This is up to ×3. I don't want to do it too fast. I don't want to miss anything. It's one of them things I do in this game. Sometimes I'll end up missing stuff. This is a small Norwegian army. Where are they going? They're going down here to chase these guys away. So there's a large Norwegian force up in the north. 5,800 men. We can't stand against that. We have no chance at all. We'll position ourselves in the hills to the very far west of our lands, but if they come for us there, we are finished. Yeah, we're under siege here, Benicia. This will be Bambra, I guess, up here, is it? Yeah, Bebenberg, Bambra. We actually have a holiday place not far. Well, my father-in-law has a holiday place just not far outside here, and we go to visit quite often. A place called Sea Houses, very nice. So he's bringing his armies up north. It's going to be a big showdown here, and we are going to join in with that. He's not bringing them up north after all. I thought he was. He's kind of cutting back inland. Like I say, we're going to lose land here. It's going to be pillaged, occupied, but there's nothing much we can do about that at the moment. We do not have the manpower. So Durham is now under siege as well, briefly. But Bebenberg is still under siege. I mean, realistically, it will be very, very hard for them to take Bambra. I mean, if you've ever been to Bambra, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't been, I'll put a picture up now if I can. At least that's what it looks like now. I mean, back then, even then, it was a formidable fortress. Obviously, it won't be made of stone. But it is an absolutely huge, huge fortress. Like, it would be unbelievably hard to attack. Not sure what he's doing here. He's just letting them conquer the land in the south, and he's letting them pick up the land in the north. He needs to make a decision. They need to come and fight one lot of this army, and obviously, like, we can only join him in the fight. We can't instigate this ourselves. There's too many troops there. He's heading to the south. We want to preserve our army. Yeah, so our lands in the north are being occupied. He's heading down here to fight the Normans. Why would he be doing that? It would have made much more sense to take out the north first. There's a fight. Oh, if they lose this, I suspect they'll lose this. But it's going to be close. But let's make sure we keep an eye on the north here. Okay, so this is going to be a real close battle, I think. We may have this. Oh no, I was looking at the wrong side. Oh god, we're the Kingdom of England there. Of course, it's finished. So this could be a really short campaign because AI Harald made the stupidest decision I could think of there. Yeah, I suspect that we are done for. That was a poor choice, my friend. You should have come north and you should have taken on the Norwegian army instead. But instead, you messed this up. I'm going to speed things up a little bit, see where they go. Are they seriously heading south again? Absolute imbecility. So what do we do here? Not sure. I think maybe we'll throw our lot in with the other war as well. So he wants us to be guardian of their daughter. Yeah, fine. However, what am I supposed to do here? I shouldn't have done this, but it's a mistake. Screw it. I think even if we join his fight now, there's not enough men there. He's lost this. He's mucked this up completely. So we've made friends with him because we've gone to war. Okay, I'm going to move our guys down here, see if we can help out. I don't think we can because, I mean, he's going to throw his men away in a fight here, no doubt. What are they doing? Our northern lands are being absolutely ravished, but we need to finish off one of these armies. Are we going to arrive in time to join this fight? We're going to arrive just too late. Oh, so our king is dead. We've now got King Girth, whoever the hell he is. The landscape is certainly changing. So what's going on here? Are we still at war? Yes, we are still involved in this war. But we're not going to arrive in time to join this fight. Maybe we just will. Come on, come on, come on. Faster, faster, faster. No. Come on, get in there. We have arrived, but it's still too late. Oh my gosh, what a disaster. Duke Edwin is dead. That's our brother. Our domain's too large. This has been a disaster of a start. An absolute disaster of a start. Look at all the land we've got now. So the place is falling to bits. The place is falling to bits. King Girth is in charge. We control the whole of the north. But we haven't really got any men. We've got 1,500 men left in the field. Anyway, so we are retreating there. The whole of England has become an absolute shambles, and it might be a fun game to carry on. I think it should be. So Duke Edwin was slain at the Battle of Sussex. He's dead, obviously. He had no heirs, so we've taken over from him. We are by far the most powerful vassal now. We control so much land, it's unreal. Pretty much the whole of England. We are really the de facto king, I would say. But we can only raise 2,400 men, which is obviously not good. We're way over the domain limit. I'm going to have to give some holdings away. But I'm going to leave this episode right here. We're in the middle of this war. It's an absolute shambles and a nightmare. I'm going to give out some of these titles and whatnot and see what happens. A faction targeting us is disbanded, but yeah, so I'm going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you are new here, then check out the channel and see if you like what you see. We play a lot of Grand Tactician on here, which is an American Civil War game. I do love the American Civil War. I've got a whole series of historical content on the shorts part of this channel about different generals and battles and stuff like that. I'm really interested in the Civil War, which some people think is a little odd since I'm from Northeast England, but I've been interested in it for many, many years. I've been studying now the Civil War for maybe 30 years since I was like a teenager. But anyway, if you did like this episode, do please leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think of it so far, what's going to happen here, how are we going to resolve this, is it possible for us to resolve this, how can we get rid of this war, how can we get rid of the invaders, bearing in mind we've got 2,467 men available. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on it. And if you did like it, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll hopefully see you in the next episode. Ta-ra for now.